republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the War Room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back. Once again, we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. It is Saturday. It is late Saturday evening. What time is it?
3,686 steps.
There you go. It is late Saturday evening, and joining me tonight, we have Mr. Mark, Mr. Gun Counter himself. How you been, sir?
Busy. Yeah. Been selling lots of guns and ammo and everything else.
And we have Mr. Dean. I'm pointing like people can see. And we have Mr. Dean is back. You guys are like the prodigal sons.
Something like that. Yeah.
I haven't seen either of you for a while.
It's good to be back, honestly. It's good to see you guys. Yeah,
it's good. So what have you done, sir, that's been Second Amendment related?
Cursed out customer. No, anyway.
Have you?
Well, just about. I mean, we're getting a lot of new gun buyers.
Still, go figure.
Yeah, and they have no clue what they're even doing. They're just, I don't know. They're feeding on the frenzy, I guess.
What are they doing? What are they doing that's crazy? Licking guns yet, or
no? I mean, they're when they ask to look at a gun, I clear it for my benefit, and set it on the glass, and then they grab it with two fingers. Like they're scared of it, or obviously they don't know what they're doing.
Can you tell they've never handled a gun before?
It's painfully obvious. I mean,
what? So the newbies, what kind are they buying?
Mostly cheap.
They come in educated at all?
Not really. They just say nines usually. What do you got?
Do they buy by color?
A lot of them is really.
So they buying cheap plastic, so like SIG?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, and then there for a little while it slowed down just a bit, but then the stimulus checks started hitting.
Hush money.
Yeah.
We call it hush money.
And then wham, it just picked right back up again. So.
And they're buying guns, they're buying ammo.
Mm-hmm. The day I got my stimulus money, this kid, 21-year-old kid, come in and blew his whole check
on guns.
On one gun. Yeah.
Oh, he bought a piece of crap 1911, didn't he?
He bought a SIG 1911, the Spartan edition one. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What a waste of
freaking awesome. To be 21
waste
again,
of money.
I look at that now, I'd be like, oh man, what did you do?
You see any other crazy stuff? I mean, I haven't seen you for like a freaking month.
Yeah, I know, because it's been crazy busy.
Yeah,
there's just been, I don't know. It's stressful, but it's just part of the thing now, I guess. Just got to deal with it. So
it's the phrase I hate, the new normal.
Yeah, it's sad.
So how long do you think this is going to go on? I mean, is ammo going to come back eventually?
I don't think so.
Don't tell me that, because I need to blow some more.
I mean, honestly, the stuff I've been hearing, the stuff I've been reading, we're scrambling to keep anything on the shelf. The manufacturers are pumping it out as fast as they can, but they're running out of components to make it, like powder, primers. I mean, those are kind of key elements to make a
right.
So, so I think there's going to be a little bit of a lull coming. I mean,
I've started pissing in a bucket out back. I'm starting to make my own powder.
How's that working for you?
I've got a bucket of piss.
Well, there you go.
I got to figure out the other ingredients.
There you go.
Dean's like, Dean's like, this is why I don't come every week.
A lot of nitrogen. Lots of nitrogen in there.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you get someone with a bladder infection, you get a lot of nitrites in it.
Well, I eat a lot of asparagus. There you go. It smells like beef.
Gunpowder.
Smells like the beef I don't eat.
Yeah.
So anything you ever heard, have you?
I'm
all plant-based.
Yeah, I heard. And good on you for it. I hope your colon can survive.
It's fine.
I'm sure.
It's great.
Salad shooter.
Some days, gotta eat that fiber. Okay, sorry, we got
No, that's fun.
Anything else fun? I haven't been in there for a while.
As far as I don't know. It's been too much thrown at me all at once to even remember a single event. It just seems like it's all rolled into one.
Have you seen a lot of people that you recommend should not?
Definitely.
Have? Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
And it is up to our discretion that to weed out the people, but at the same time, I'm not gonna. I realize that there's first time gun buyers out there. I know that. I was one at one time. We all were, and I'm not gonna deny somebody just based on that. But I always recommend that they educate themselves. I've handed out lots of cards.
Good. Yeah, I've had a lot of people.
A lot
get
of
hold
people
of me.
lately have been. They just take the card and then they'll just take a picture of it and give me the card back, and I'm like, well,
That saves me
as
money.
long as you got
Okay.
it. You know?
I'd almost rather them do that because you know what, they're not going to lose it that way. It's always
Exactly.
on their phone.
Exactly. So and
As long as they're taking a picture of the right side.
right. So yeah, I mean, we've all been, and you can definitely tell the people that need it, and they're usually pretty receptive to it. They're usually they know that they need a class or they know
Right.
they're educated, so they're usually pretty good. There's a few, it's a lot of, and we've talked about this before, where the husbands or the boyfriends come in and tell their girlfriend or wife, you need to buy a gun, you need this, you need that, and they're telling them all the wrong info.
Oh, and they do every single time.
I'm good on you for making sure your significant other, is protecting herself, but listen to the guys at the counter. They know, they deal with the
Right.
customer all the time. They've
done this once or twice.
Yeah. They know what they're looking for. We're not going to just sell her a gun just because we want to make a sale. We're going to fit the gun, make sure it's an appropriate gun for her,
Right.
So
Well, good. So just busy.
it has been kind of stressful, but hopefully things play out a little better in the next few months. So.
Well, my thoughts are hopefully, and this is for me, but hopefully all the new people that are buying firearms, the brand new people, you guys are giving my business card, and I appreciate that, but they feel the responsibility, the need to go and get educated on it. They feel the need to go take a safety class and learn. And it was kind of slow for a while. People were kind of scared to come to class. I had some big permit classes and, have almost 30 people sign up and then 5 people show up. But I understand it. People were scared for a little while. That's a whole other podcast that we do at a later date. We talk about all that crap. It's, people are starting to show up now. This week, I've done like 6 or 7 private classes just this week alone. And I tell everyone that, hey, if you need a private class, a lot of people seem really urgent lately when they call me. Mm-hmm. They want to know, when is your next class? Or I want a private class. When can I get in? And they want it now. So I've been to the point of, as long as I'm home, you give me 30 minutes to go out there and staple up some targets, you can show up. I'll give you a class. Mm-hmm. As long as I don't have another one scheduled, previously. But people seem a little urgent about it. I mean, you can hear it in their voices. I need a class. When's as soon as you can get me in? Used to be like, I need a class. I'm open the next couple months. Just let me know. And now it's, when can you get me in? Mm-hmm. I need to be in like tomorrow.
Well, and you see that, you do see that sense of urgency when they're coming in buying a gun too.
Yeah.
And I mean, most people have been pretty good about being patient and stuff, because obviously we're not just bringing in more people to help man the gun counter. We've got our people that we do, and that's it. So, there is a line that develops occasionally. So people have been pretty patient. There are a few people that they voice their opinion about how long the background checks are taken or whatever.
It's nothing you can control.
Exactly. There's nothing. It's out of our hands.
Get your freaking permit, and you don't have to deal with the background
and
check.
The whole country uses the same system.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't be a dummy. I'm sure that person's been told and recommended numerous times that he should get his concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
And
then they wait till everybody else is trying to do the same thing,
Oh yeah.
So you're just adding fuel to the fire. So there's just stuff like that. It's frustrating at times. There's, there's sometimes it just gets out of hand, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You just got to keep your cool, I guess, and the managers at the store and the corporate, they've been really good about it. They realize that we're going through a lot. Our sales are way up, so obviously we're getting a lot more foot traffic through the door. When you're the only place, one of the few places in town open, everybody's going to tend to go there.
Right.
So,
right.
So yeah, I mean, they've been cool about it. They've, been helping us out when we can, giving us time off when we need it.
That's good.
So it hasn't been bad as far as the work. It's just the frustration and the stress.
The people are getting, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, good. We're glad to have you back. Mr. Dean, where have you been? What have you been doing? And yeah.
True. Yes. I've been, just plugging it away at work. At the clinic, the volume dropped off the edge because no one wants to come see the doctor, even though it's a pandemic. No one wants to come in and get sick, even though we have all types of
safety gear,
precautions. They're screening everyone that comes in. If you have a fever or any symptoms, they won't even let you through the door. We got people standing there at the door not bodyguards. What are the guys that stand at the club?
The bouncers.
Bouncers, yeah, like bouncers sitting there. But they're these cute little girls from Dental Hygiene that weigh $110 soaking wet, being bouncers. But yeah, no, it's dropped off. But at the same time, my kids have been home driving us nuts. But I started reloading again. Took the kids out. They've been shooting.
That's good.
It's been great. They get out, they shoot the 22s, their little 22s that are theirs, and then we shoot a little bit of pistol. My son, who's 13, really likes a 1911. You can hear the eye roll.
You are raising that boy wrong. I'm turning you in for child abuse.
He likes the 45. Yeah, and he can shoot. Kid's pretty good. And my daughter, who's 11, she's doing pretty good too.
That's good.
Yeah, we went out the last time we went out. They wanted to shoot big guns. Because one of the times we went out, they brought their 22s, and I brought a 22-250 with a long barrel, target barrel on it that's longer and thicker, and it doesn't kick very much at all. And my daughter, who's 11, and she's probably about 60 pounds soaking wet. She is thin as a rail, and she gets behind the 22-250. She loved it. Absolutely loved it because it made shit just explode all to hell. We fill up water jugs and she hits it and poof, there's no more water jug or eggs. We shot some eggs and cans of full cans of soda that we shook up and there's nothing left. They're just gone. And that impressed her so much. So the next time we went out shooting, we brought that 22-250 for her. My son, I gave him my 7x57 that I have loaded. It's got a bull barrel on it as well. Mm-hmm. That my pop put the thing together for shooting rock chucks. A 7x57 for rock chucks, if you can imagine. But we loaded up with Spear 110 grain hollow points. So 110 grain bullet for a 7x57, which is usually 150 grains or 140 grains for a light bullet for hunting, and then a heavy one for 7x57 is 180 grains. Right, so she loaded up with a TNT. Spear makes a
freaking moving.
Right, it gets going about 3,500 feet per second, 3,500. So not like a 22-250, but still.
Kind of sounds like your 44 mag rounds we saw.
Oh, jeez, yeah, that's something else. But anyways, yeah, got the kids out with that, and oh my gosh, they blew through ammo like it was nothing. I'm like, for Pete's sake, slow down.
Yeah,
that's expensive. But we went out and we set up a whole bunch of stuff. Little bottles of milk.
You just going out here past outside of Filer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the gravel pit.
Cool.
And I made them sit up with the big guns. I made them sit out at least 100 yards. I put some stuff out even further so they could see. Yeah, it takes some skill. But still, they hit most of the stuff that you're aiming at.
It does take some skill, but you know what? You do it a little while and you learn just to throw the rifle in the bed of the truck and pick up the handgun and get close. That's essentially what I do.
Right. Yeah. They could, both these kids, they can't hold up the rifles on their own and shoot. Just
you're to that stage. So I went through that stage with my kids when I was trying to get them to deer hunt. And I mean, I was to the point where the deer would come out. We'd find a deer and I'd be there with a, with one of those like monopods,
Yeah.
you know, that you carry around. I'd be there and I'd sling it out. I'd have it marked to is exactly their height.
Yeah.
Pull it out, lock it in place, and I'd be like underneath of them, laying on the ground, holding this monopod out while they got the gun balanced on it. So I mean, yeah, they get that awkward stage for a little while, and then all of a sudden, they can all of a sudden hold a rifle themselves. It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy how it works. But we spent 2 hunting seasons of me carrying that stupid monopod around with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Holding it out there for the kids.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when you got 2 of them hunting at once, they both kind of need it, but they're both different sizes, and you're like,
Switching it
one
back and
shoots
forth.
the deer, and you're like sliding it together, and then you're breaking it, and the deer's looking, he's like, what the hell's going on over there?
Oh,
But-
shoot. I can't fault my kids for not being able to hold them because these guns, oh my gosh, they're heavy.
Oh, yeah.
With those
yeah.
bull barrels on them and you know, full wood stocks. And
Well, it's just...
they're something else.
Yeah, they'll hit a point where they can. You probably experienced that with your kids too, didn't you?
Yeah. My kids aren't really into hunting.
Well, I mean, shooting rifles or anything.
Like they picked up the ARs and they were loving every minute of that.
Right,
And they could shoot those, and they're not light. I mean, they're fairly heavy.
right.
But like a regular rifle, they don't like the kick. So it doesn't bother me, and I love it.
It's just amazing I mean, it's off topic. Now we're talking about like dad stuff here, but it's just amazing how the kids are like wimpy and they can't do it. Then all of a sudden you like blink your eyes and it's like, holy shit, who are you?
Right.
Like
My son
you haven't
probably
seen
will.
Kodiak for a while, have you?
No, it's been a couple of months. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The last time I saw him was in the wintertime when I shot you in your room over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you saw him then. So
Yeah.
he's
feeling out.
dude, he's like, looks like he's got mange all over his face and stuff. I mean, the kid runs around pumped up on freaking testosterone. Like,
Yeah.
you know what he doesn't? You know what he does in the evenings?
Is it in his room alone?
No,
With a sock?
no. He likes to come outside when it's kind of, that right when it's really getting nice out. He puts on some music and I watch him. He walks over here to where our firewood is. And I don't, he could be cold out. He'll take his freaking shirt off and he's got this hatchet and he just, I used to have a pile of like 2x4s and he's just hacking the 2x4s into like firewood and he's got this big stump and he's just, I don't know, man. It's like he's got testosterone, doesn't know where to freaking go.
Yeah.
Holy balls.
Yeah. And he starts like bowing up on you a little bit now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, you gotta push back or
Oh, yeah, we do.
pushing the envelope there. Yeah.
Oh, I can usually get him in a sleeper hold and make him cry. But it's just, I was trying to think back if I was ever like that. But he just, I don't know. He's like an animal. I watch him out the window. Like, what the hell is he doing out there? He's like, whack, whack, whack. Wood chips are flying everywhere. He's got the split maul and he's beating on rocks and bricks. And I'm like,
He's playing Shawshank Redemption. This
he's
dude's
doing something over there. The other day, I don't know what Trig's been watching on TV. We'll get back to guns in a minute. I don't know what my Trig's been watching on TV. My 6-year-old, nothing crazy. I don't know, some cartoons or something. And all of a sudden, they told me he's sitting at the kitchen table and he's like saying some weird words. I don't know what the hell it is. He's like, blah, 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 and they're like, what? He's like trying to summon a demon or something. What? Yeah, I was out doing class and I go inside and my wife's like, your 6-year-old said he was over in the corner trying to summon a demon. And I'm like, I don't want to sleep here tonight. I don't know what he was watching on TV. Some
Ghost Adventures.
whole quarantine thing. I don't know what's going on anymore. I've lost control over here.
If you hear the word Pazuzu, run.
Right. Well, I have to.
That's the demon from Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was supposed to say those out loud. Damn it.
He's a. Oh, never mind. I almost said a dirty
I
word.
don't like scary movies.
I think my 19-year-old's a demon. So,
There.
well, I mean, he's now because he's like 6'3" and like way bigger than me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, back to guns.
Oh, back to guns.
Back
Kids are shooting the shit out of stuff, and plus, it's got me back to reloading. So I've become more familiar with my reloading.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of reload, we'll get there in just a second. But I tell you what, I've started this like women's shooting group. They come like every 2 Thursdays a month, so 2 nights a month for a couple hours, and they just shoot. All women, and You know what? That's a lot of freaking fun. They just have and they burn through the freaking ammo.
Just
I
punching holes in paper?
Yeah, and I give them little like challenges that they can take part in if they want to. And they just laugh and they just have a hell of a good time. And they just bang, 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 for like 45 minutes. So they're running ammo and then they see you later. I'll be back in a couple weeks. They absolutely love it.
Oh, that's great.
One lady pulled out like a M&P 2.0. It's like competition model. It's got the freaking red dot on it, and she's just over there, bang, 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 just loading mags. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and they just have a great time doing it.
That's awesome.
But we spent some time on the range today, right?
yeah, that was fun.
We were trying to test out some ammo. I don't know that the test went real well.
Oh, we learned some things.
Well, parts of it I think did, but
So I found this ammo. I saw Chris Costa was talking about it.
Is that the SEAL guy?
Yep.
Costaludis, he was
He was part of
Magpul.
He was part of Magpul. Or is he
Magpul with Travis Haley.
Is he still? Are they still? They
I don't know. I think he's branched out on his own.
Yeah.
I think so. Travis did too.
Yeah,
so.
he does Haley's strategic now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so he was talking about these rounds that were made by Seismic Ammo. And so we see a lot of these, and we've talked about it on the last podcast, but you see a lot of the gimmick rounds, like the rip rounds.
Yep.
And those are gimmicky, okay? This was, he kind of liked the ammo. And
It's a heavy, for 9mm, it's pretty dang heavy.
185 grain. It's got some weird proprietary casing that they've made for it, along with, I think, the powder that's in there.
Yeah,
And
those cases are bizarre. Because it's
almost
shorter.
It's like a two-piece.
Yeah, it's a
deal,
two-piece
too.
case. The website says it's made of stainless steel,
yeah.
so you can't reload them. I don't know.
Well, the
Bizarre,
powder,
but it's two pieces. The bottom piece is just for the powder, or not the powder,
the primer.
the primer, and then the top piece so it reduces powder capacity over just a regular 9mm case.
So on Costa's video, he said that they wouldn't tell him what the powder was. I'm sure it's some kind of trademarked whatever. So I think it's a pretty souped up little, probably hot powder, obviously.
Yeah.
And but I wanted to try it, and so I made up some ballistic gel, which was a dumpster fire from beginning to end on that. But the gel, I think it worked.
It was pretty cool. I think it worked.
So the big thing with this ammo, they talk all about how it's subsonic. It's subsonic. Yeah, it's subsonic.
No, and it is. It comes out of subsonic speed, so people like it if they have.
Yeah.
So it's good for like suppressors and stuff.
Okay. That's why he's so all about subsonic. It's the suppressor aspect of it then?
Yeah.
That's what it is? Okay. Oh, cool. So what I get out of this, watching that and seeing this ammo, is he's trying to turn a 9mm into 45.
No.
That's all it is.
Be closer to a 40.
It'd be closer to a 40, but the lightest 45 auto round is 185 grains.
Yeah, but so I'm not gonna argue with you on that. But you're gonna get big bullet, big heavy round like a 45, but yet you're gonna get it, and you can still load it in a magazine and get the capacity of a 9mm.
That's the only advantage I could see from this is you get the capacity, mag capacity. Yeah.
But it seemed to. I don't know. How did you guys think it did? The first couple rounds we shot, they just zipped right through that freaking.
They did. They zipped right through. There was
they
few
opened it up
little fragments that I think found, but it opened it up on the side. That first one.
So, that was interesting. We can never find a round to actually check it out. We did run it over the chronograph.
Yeah,
and it was coming out about 800 something, right?
I think it was around nine something.
I think it was 8 something.
I think it was 885 or something. Close to 9.
Yeah,
close to 9.
It's close to 9. So there you go. I mean, it cycled in the gun. We didn't run 100 rounds through it by any means, but the stuff that we did put through it cycled okay.
Yeah, it did.
And I didn't think there was any overly felt recoil on it. Did you, Mark? Did you?
No, it felt fine to me.
It was comfortable.
We shot it out of the HK VP9. I don't know. I got some more. I
shot some out of the Canic too.
Oh, that you were doing that as a Canic. Okay.
Worked well in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I want to get some wet foam books. I really want to retrieve one of these rounds and see how well it opens up.
Yeah, you really want to see what it opens
expands.
up like.
Yeah.
Because you talk about over penetration. That's what you get with all the Magnum rounds. Why it gets talked down in self-defense circles is like 357, 44 mag. Oh, it overpenetrates. You're going to shoot the person in the next room, and the people in the next door in their house, in their beds.
This
stuff, it's got a lot of momentum. It went clear through the gel.
So that gel, what was it? You think that was about 16 inches long?
It looked about 16.
Yeah.
About 16?
Yeah.
So here's my thought. So self-defense ammo, hollow points, right? They're supposed to open up, create large wound channels, make you bleed out quicker, do a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
And they're also made to,
rapid expansion.
Rapid expansion. Full metal jacket's going to zip right through. Well, I shot ballistic gel, and I don't know how good or bad that is compared to a human body. Probably pretty close I can get this, unless I'm shooting at a freaking raw pig or something, which is the next best thing, probably.
Yeah.
There's so many different densities in a human body. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible to make a realistic gel.
But it zipped right through.
It did. It went, and I think that gel you made, just from my experience in surgery and having my hands inside someone's guts, and chest, and feeling organs. And,
Thank you for that. Yes.
Beating heart in my hand. It's that stuff. That stuff was a lot more dense than what I've ever encountered.
I thought it was pretty
body.
dense too. I mean, I'm not, going around filling people.
It was about like muscle tissue. But
yeah,
but yeah, it was. I mean, a heart
or
lung tissue is really friable. It's very soft. A heart is pretty delicate as well.
Right. But I mean, so I don't know. It just zipped right through. I mean, is that normal?
Although, yeah, I think
should it have stopped?
Looking at those channels that it made, it looked like it did open up because they were like
channels.
Ridge.
Yeah, there was ridges to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But it still went through it because there's the couple that we got on video hitting the dirt behind it. So,
but think about this. So if it was a full metal jacket, it would keep going with a lot of speed. So I would imagine it slowed down quite a bit because it opened up. And if
it wasn't going fast, as fast as a full metal jacket
right.
to begin with.
So anyhow, I got some wet cardboard and phone books, and I'm going to try. I want to see what the expansion's like on them.
I really actually like the 45, the other end of the spectrum, bigger bullet diameter, but it's lighter grain.
So I
like what that did.
Yeah, too. I forgot what that was called. So let me pull it up here.
Because we kind of went, smaller caliber,
trying to be
bigger grain, and then we went bigger caliber,
trying to be
smaller grain.
So there was like a few of those. In fact, I still have a couple in my pocket.
But I think that one really did a lot.
That
of
was
damage.
impressive.
Yeah, that was donated by a friend and a listener, James Fisher. We also call him Magnum PI. He'll get that. He'll get that remark.
Does he have a mustache?
He likes 1911s. Oh. He actually took a couple training classes with me.
Ferraris and Doberman pinchers, and
he was
short shorts. I mean, and short tigers.
You would have loved it, Dean, because when he came to take some classes from me, and we're not talking permit class, we're talking private classes, draw and shoot classes. He did it all with a 1911.
Oh, that's great! I love it.
He did it all with a 1911. But those rounds that he gave me to try out are Liberty Civil Defense rounds. Their 45 was the caliber, 78 grain.
Mm-hmm. They were light.
And I don't know what the makeup of that bullet was. It almost seemed like it was. It wasn't, but it almost seemed like it was
a hollow hole. Is what it is.
Yeah, it just looked like Spear gold dots for 45s. They used to call them flying ashtrays. It looked just like that.
Well, it kind of looked
a huge cavity.
It almost looked like an aluminum bullet. I mean, I don't think it was because that would.
Well, it wasn't because when we picked up, but when it hit the gel, that thing shrapneled into about.
Oh man, it was all
the gel exploded.
Like I don't think any of them actually went through because we never saw a puff of dirt hit the embankment.
Right, no,
yeah,
we found lots of shards of bullet though.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
and they were all thin pieces, but
that one truly did expend all its energy in the target.
Yeah.
And
that was awesome.
It made the target jump and explode, and we found chunks of it. What did we figure? 30 feet away?
Oh
Probably,
yeah, and it was insane.
Chunks of ballistic gel over there.
I've got some videos of that. Our videos aren't great, but we got some cool explosion videos that I'll go ahead and I'll dial in, and maybe tomorrow I'll get posted up.
We did find one piece of shrapnel still in the ballistic gel from the 45, and it was just. Oh, it was
a fairly good piece.
It was
a
good sized piece. I just can't imagine if you get hit with that, having a surgeon go in there and try and
get all the little pieces out.
All those little pieces out. Oh, that would be horrible.
Yeah, it was
horrible.
That was fun though.
That thing, that round is wicked. It's evil.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
So that was and it's super light, so freaking light.
It did not. Yeah, the recoil on it was not that bad. In fact, it was less than what I reload just 230 grain lead round nose. Even just just holding it in your hand.
in your hand does not feel like you're holding a 45.
And you can't.
That almost seems like it's a dummy round.
It does. It does seem like a dummy.
I mean, it does. It's like a blank or something.
You look
like a
inside the
Snapchat
thing,
type
and it looks like
It's almost like the bullet itself is just a thin skin, like they've hollowed every ounce of everything out of it. Because
it is thin.
I think there's a little bit of there's some copper in there. There's a jacket in there.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
When we pulled out those chunks,
fragments, yeah.
the fragments had some color to them, like a brass color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This stuff is.
It's gnarly.
Cool.
This is gnarly. So they make it for 9s too.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he's got some. He didn't have it with him, or he would have left me some. I'm thinking about trying to maybe buy a couple boxes for a 9 just to play around with.
I think it'd be cool.
I think
I wonder what grain their 9s are in. Probably
25, 30.
less.
I don't know.
They're probably really light.
Oh yeah.
Consider the lightest 45 auto you get is 185 grains. And this is what, did you say 77 grains?
78.
78
or
grains.
9 or something, yeah.
Holy balls.
That's crazy.
And when we put this over the chronograph, it was going 1,800 feet per second.
Yeah, that thing was
It
moving.
was flat out. Yeah,
My
flat out cooking.
Gosh. I mean, a regular, the hottest 185 grain
So you
45 auto is 1,100 feet per second in the loading book.
So you got a 78 grain 45 bullet traveling at 1,800 feet per second.
Yeah.
That's
No wonder it fragments.
That's
'cause
insane.
It
Yeah.
hits and, it was like,
Disintegrates pretty much.
it was like shooting watermelons.
There's
with,
not even any like lines, like you know how we have the
Segments and stuff.
segments. Yeah, that's pretty intense, really.
When that piece that we did recover, I was looking at it and it was filled with ballistic gel in the middle of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So as soon as it hits, it fills right up
And then just
the
expands it
hydrostatic
out.
pressure just rips it apart.
that's freaking cool, man.
That was cool.
So when it comes down to defensive rounds, what's better, zipping right through or expending all the energy in the target?
Well, no.
Where
so this
are we
one
getting here?
Well, this one right here opened up. This 45, this Liberty Civil Defense, it opened up.
It did.
And I want to say that,
I think the wound
I
channel
think-
on that was huge.
and I think, to be honest with you, I think the 9mm would open up the same way.
I don't know if it opened up as big.
Well, it's a smaller bullet, but it's still going to open up. It's still going to fragment off and do
think it did.
damage
I think it did open up that 9mm. I think it did.
on these ones.
On these ones.
But if we
it
bought
did.
a 9 on this, though,
a 9mm that, oh gosh, yeah.
yeah,
It
that's
would-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this might be the round. That might be shit over there. This
Yeah.
might be the
That
round
might
to
be the
get.
stuff to get, yeah. I think personally, if I was to carry, I'm not going to carry a 9 anyway, just because I have to argue with you.
You carry a 32.
I know, right?
Because that's a
give in.
man's
I know,
round.
that's a man's.
That's a
No,
man's
if
round.
I usually like to carry something larger caliber, just
Sure.
because my own personal theory is when you shoot someone, you're trying to get them to exsanguinate, right? You get them to bleed out so their blood pressure goes down, so they hit the ground.
Right.
So you got to make big holes in them in order to get them to bleed out faster.
I still think, 45 is going to be a bigger hole, obviously, but I still think in a 9 is going to do some freaking damage.
I think a 9 with this round, I would be comfortable carrying.
So I got 2 of these left. I don't know. I don't have my 45 anymore. I'd love to shoot these into a phone book and, really pick through
And see what it looks
and
like.
see
yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
I think you're going to find it all just fragmented like we did.
Might be able to find some
gel.
videos online for these two. I never bothered.
I'll scrounge around my house, see if I have any leftover phone books laying around.
Yeah, if you got any, save them because
I got a lot of newspapers probably.
Yeah, I got stacks of cardboard too that I think if you pack in there real tight, you get wet, and then they soak it up, and then you launch them, and then they'll stop in the phone books.
Yeah.
But anyhow, this was an interesting test.
This in a 9mm would completely change my feelings about carrying a smaller caliber, even though I already carry a 32.
Well, and it totally goes against the common thing. Heavier grain is not necessarily better.
Right.
It's true.
Because look at what that thing did to that ballistic gel. It was, it was insane.
It was insane, and I'll show the video. I mean, it launched pieces so far up in the air.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing too. Then is it going to frange so quick that it's not going to get very good penetration? Did it make it to the end of the gel?
I don't know. The gel was in pieces. I don't know.
It was in
But
pieces.
It did. When we tore into it, it made it at least.
What's it gonna do if it hits? What's it gonna do if it hits a rib or something though?
Yeah, is it just going to flange out and all you're going to do is get a broken rib and then some flesh torn apart?
What's it gonna do if it hits denim?
Oh, yeah. Is it just going to
Is it
fill
gonna
up with denim?
is it gonna clog up
Clog
and
it
not
up,
do
yeah.
So we
anything?
need ballistics gel with pants on it.
Right.
Ballistics gel is kind of expensive to make.
All right, so we'll get a pork shoulder with some pants on it.
Yeah, you know they're grinding up. They're like putting dead hogs in piles and pushing them into pits right now. I wonder if we can snag one.
Well, there's plenty of
You got your
livestock
tractor,
out right
don't
now.
you?
Everyone's
What?
calving
Got your tractor. We can.
I do.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. But I tell you what, I did something out there that I hadn't done in a while because you had your chronograph out.
Yeah.
I got my reloads out.
That's scary.
I have a reload.
Oh my gosh, that's scary as shit.
I haven't.
I thought it was shot pretty dang good.
Well,
It was pretty mild.
I haven't loaded in probably 3 or 4 years. And I tell you, this is how I reload. Dean's gonna hate this. How I reload is I go online. I don't believe in books or anything like that. I go online.
Don't take
We believe in
notes.
truth over facts.
No notes, no nothing.
No, I don't remember what that load was at all. I'm gonna have to start over from scratch. So
You can go ask Joe Biden.
yeah. So I go online and I find a really light load. And I take it and I make it even lighter. I make like 10 rounds. I want those first 10 rounds to not cycle my gun. That's what I want. Then I start adding a little bit of powder, a few grains here, make another 5 or 10, a few grains here, make another 5 or 10, till it starts to cycle. And once it starts to cycle, then I put a little bit more in there and make sure it cycles like 50 rounds, without any hiccups. And that's where I stop. And that's a really light loaded night. They are like butter to shoot, aren't they?
It's pretty smooth.
I think
They're fun.
It is fun. I think we all get caught up in we have to be manly and shoot big, big heavy rounds that are flying the speed of sound but yeah, it's not necessary.
I mean, I forgot. I whipped through like almost 100 rounds. I'm like, bang, bang. I mean, this is just a lot of freaking fun.
It's really mild. Like you're not getting a lot of recoil.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It was very comfortable.
Yeah.
It was. So tons of light loads.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do for like my 44 mag.
Yeah.
That thing is a handful. I've shot factory rounds out of it, and I can't do more than a cylinder full with some factory rounds. It's just too much.
I don't know. Those ones you were shooting earlier were pretty monstrous.
They looked like they were, but they didn't feel too terribly bad.
I don't know. Your chronograph read otherwise.
I think my chronograph was lying.
Good 2,300 feet per second.
I know,
Must
right?
have been lying a bunch of times.
Serious.
One of them was like, it was kind of high. It was like 2,800 or something.
Oh, I'm gonna go home and look at this and see what it is, because it's what I cast at home from a Lee die.
Right.
And then I powder coat it, and then I just chose I didn't go maximum loads with powder on it. I loaded it down.
Did you get it off the internet?
No.
That was your problem.
Oh, for shit's sake!
Were you sure you weren't doing a load for like a 44 mag rifle or something? Like a lever action?
No, it was a Lyman cast bullet book. Is where I got those loads out of.
They make books?
Oh yeah, loading manuals. They publish them every year, except Hodgdon. Hodgdon puts everything online now. You can't buy their book anymore, which is so disappointing. I like a hard copy. I like to read about it. I like to get the history. I like to learn.
Not me.
Yeah, no shit.
I shot 100 rounds of my reloads, and guess who's got all his digits?
Amazingly enough.
And then I handed the gun to Mark, and he was shooting something. I'm like, you're shooting my reloads, Mark. You okay with this after what Dean has told you? Dean won't even shoot them.
They give me the willies. I have to wear a diaper when I shoot your reloads.
There you go.
Oh, gosh. I pulled the trigger.
I pulled the trigger. Oh, man.
True. Yeah,
Silence.
I need to load down that 44 even more. Loaded even less.
That was. I mean, I could see by the way you were shooting it. It was.
Yeah, and I would flinch every time.
It was quite the handful.
It was.
So-
I was flinching every time. Yeah.
It happens.
Son of a.
It happens.
But it's so much fun. That big gun is so much fun.
That's right.
True. So my goal also, I have a that 32 H&R mag that I pulled out,
Right.
and it's adorable. It's just so
That
much fun.
that thing seemed like it was shooting pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little J-frame Smith & Wesson. It's hammerless. The hammer's internal. My gosh, when I shoot factory loads out of it, I can hit anything I pointed at within, normal self-defense range, like just blocks of wood sitting around from a project at home. I take it out the range, throw it out, see if I can make it dance, hit it every time because it's so light. Light recoiling. Just like
Right.
shooting your loaded down 9.
They were like freaking like baby loads. They were like
Yeah.
pussycat loads. They were
tickled with a feather.
They're fun to shoot, man. Yeah. Tickled with the freaking.
That's right. Yeah, that's what the perpetrator is going to say. A feather. It's a mosquito.
Is that what you call those loads? The perpetrator?
That's right.
Say hello to the perpetrator.
Oh, you guys.
Anyway, yeah. So my goal is to get all my the pistol rounds that I load. What do I do? I guess I got four rounds that I load. I want to get 500 rounds of each sitting at my bench, ready to go.
Get it done.
500 rounds of each. Yeah.
I've been casting like crazy. You got a bucket of 9 over there.
Have you really?
Yeah. Well, I watched Netflix.
I thought you've been buying all your ammo online and getting
Well, I was, but
dirt cheap stuff.
when you couldn't get stuff,
Oh no!
I just started casting.
Oh, look at that! Your pot. That's your casting pot right there.
Yeah, that thing's slick.
Is it nice?
You don't have it. You still
I
ladle.
ladle. Yeah.
Oh no, this is so much
Is it-
nicer.
I mean, you can do it in here in your room, so it's got to be nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's quick, just a little drizzle, just and you're done.
Yeah. Nice. And you're not burning it down.
Right.
You're burning your shack down here.
Burning down my shanty.
Oh, that's slick. Yeah.
So I know guns are hard to come by right now, but is there any guns you guys have your eyes on as far as something you would like to buy in the future? Seeing anything?
Yeah, I'm really. It's really hard not to, because I've got the money to do it, but I've got other plans for it.
What is it you want?
I want the Idaho I Masada. It's the Israeli weapon systems. It's their.
How much is that thing?
It's not bad. I mean, it's like $499.
Is it a pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah,
9 millimeter pistol. Yeah. It's I mean, it looks like every other 9 mil on the market, but I've been reading up on it, and it's getting really great reviews. I mean,
Why would you need one when you got a Canic?
I've got a Canic and other ones too, but I mean, you always need another one, right? I don't know. I really like the gun. I like the way it feels. I like the trigger on it. I like, it's got a cutout on top for an optic if you want to run an optic. I mean, I don't plan on doing that, but it's nice to have that option, I guess. But I don't know. I like it. I kind of want it. I don't know how long it's going to be before I get it, but
It's less expensive, so it's within reach.
it's within reach. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got plans for the money for
funds.
something else. So
True.
So what about you, sir?
The only thing I'm thinking about my kids, so I'm
Yeah, you're getting to the point where you're gonna have to start spending money on their guns,
yeah, so I'm thinking
which is fun, but it's not as fun.
if I'm going to get another pistol, it's going to be that Taurus that you got, the 22
Oh, the TX, yeah.
that you got, that you've been shooting and haven't cleaned yet.
No, I still haven't cleaned it.
And it still just keeps trucking.
Yeah. I haven't been shooting it much lately, but yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I would get one of those to help teach my kids how to shoot.
So we had someone who bought a brand new one of those and brought it to the last class. That thing and she had it, the wife had it, and her husband borrowed a Ruger SR22, and we were a quarter of the way in. We were about 40 rounds in, and he picked up they started sharing that TX22 because that SR.
Because the SR was just taking
Yeah, that
crap.
TX22 is just freaking awesome.
It's so smooth. I just can't get over how smooth it is.
It feels like an actual defensive firearm.
Right, because it's a full size.
It's phenomenal.
It's light, but I mean,
Have you seen that new Kel-Tec 22 yet?
the P17.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few of those come in. We had like 3 of them come in, and they left right away. I mean, they're cheap. They're super cheap.
Like they're going to be like Kel-Tec though, and they're going to be hard to get your hands on.
Yeah, it already
What's,
is.
what's that 22 mag that you got?
Kel-Tec PMR 30.
Oh, okay.
And then there's
So it's a 22 long rifle version of yours?
Yeah. Well,
There's
yeah, but
another
it's
one.
small. It's small.
There's another one that looks like a freaking blaster from Star Wars or something.
And it's
a
33 rounds
33, yeah.
of 22
And
long.
we've got one of those right now. But those P17s, I mean, we're not projected to get any back in until like December.
Well, the thing with the P17s,
It's hard to find.
and it's probably a good firearm, but I'm ready for a 22 that is full size, like the TX22. So on the Kel-Tec version, the whole slide doesn't move, just the center of it moves, and it's just weird. That's just weird to me.
I get the Kel-Tec's trying to be innovative with stuff, but there's some of their stuff is just, it's not that great.
I shot an old school Kel-Tec the other day. I had one. And I brought it for class, and he let me shoot it. It was that old what is it? The old Kel-Tec, the one that George Zimmerman used on Trayvon Martin.
Oh yeah, the P11 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I tell you what, that thing is a rip snorting son of a gun to shoot, man.
Yeah, if you compare that to the Sky pistol, it's almost exactly the same.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's just
A
it's
real
just
piece of HUD.
oh
you could put them side by sides, and you could pick the comparisons between them. They're very similar to each other.
It's been a while since I shot that Kel-Tec, and it was just absolutely just a nightmare. I mean, it was just absolute nightmare.
Yeah, that George Zimmerman, that Trayvon Martin, he ended up selling that gun at an auction.
a lot of money.
It sold for like $200,000. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's wrong. I'm sorry, but that's just wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like that jogging thing recently.
Yeah.
So
there's been a breakthrough. There's been an announcement. And I think I know the next firearm I want to get.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not even joking when I say this. So there was an announcement that came out actually a few months ago, and this
The
was
PD10. No.
Is that Bigfoot? Is it your Sasquatch?
they are not going to make the PD10. Oh. They have moved forward now, and they are coming out with the PD11.
Oh, wow.
What the hell is that? One more round?
Like
Holy
something.
shit on a stick. What a blowjob. That just sucks ass. What the hell are they doing? Oh my gosh.
That's coming.
Slap me again. Swing your dick around. Slap me in the face. Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
Are you serious, though?
I'm dead.
Oh, my gosh.
I am dead serious.
Oh, my God.
My gosh.
I'm going to get it when it comes out.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Right across the face. A big load of it.
He said that about the PD10, so I don't really think we have to
I don't
worry
think
about
that,
it.
yeah, it ain't
'cause it's not coming out.
And what is it? Son of Sasquatch? Is that what they're calling it?
It probably, yeah.
Yeah. The blowjob.
Baconator,
Son of
the
Sasquatch.
Son of Baconator, yeah.
Shit. Oh, shit.
So that's my next gun. That's my next gun is the PD11.
Is it coming in 40?
No.
Wow.
So when you get the PD11, then you let me know.
All right, yeah, I'll work on that.
They completely scrapped the PD10.
They did. They had to make some changes to it, and by then they realized that it had gone on for so long, they just needed to go ahead and move forward with the PD11 now.
Are you being completely serious?
I'm completely
Dead serious. What's that guy's name? Pincus?
Look up PD11.
Rob Pincus? Is that his name?
Rob Pincus.
Rob Pincus.
Avidity Arms.
Pincus.
Now I'm not going to get my one for free. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, just because of me. 'Cause this dumb son of a bitch can't put out a quality product within any decent amount of time.
He can't put. He couldn't put out. He can't put out one period. But
11. Yeah, dude, yeah, it's probably because he's having his period.
I think there goes my NRA, or there goes my there goes my SHOT Show.
Did you just take some Percocet or something?
This I'm just wound up by your damn PD11, the son of Sasquatch, the blowjob.
You know, my son listens to this podcast every
Well,
now
he
and then.
might learn something then. You gotta make him watch Full Metal Jacket too. At least the first hour. Learn how to grow up.
Never have seen that movie.
Oh, man, it's intense.
First hour is great.
I love that movie.
The second hour is just dumber than hell.
You know, I thought about, and this is going to blow your minds too. I actually thought about buying another rifle, another AR or something.
Hit that button. That crazy.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah, I thought about buying another rifle.
I don't think that's such a bad idea.
The other one.
I mean,
How dare you?
I think at this point, if you can get another AR, it's almost an investment. Like, I bought an extra one, never even shot it. It's just sat in the box in the safe. And my intention was when, it hit the fan again, like now, to flip it because I bought it cheap.
Oh yeah, I know which one you bought too. Yeah.
So yeah, is that same one you got?
So the picture on when you pull up Avidity Arms on Facebook, it's got a picture of whatever Sasquatch shithead gun this is, and on the side of the slide, it's engraved. It says "Still not for sale."
Yeah.
And in parentheses, maybe someday.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Oh. So yeah, but I mean, I intended on flipping it, but now, once I got to the point where I could totally get more money out of it right now,
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, why? Like, why not just keep it?
Yeah. Just keep it.
So
You never know. This world's going to shit quick.
right, that's true. So
I need
don't
some
know.
more.
At this point, I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah, I need some more rifle ammo too, but I'm not. Whatever. It's too late to buy it now.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's really sad, and going on the ammo thing, where we have to restrict how much ammo people can
Oh,
buy.
2 boxes. I was in there the other day. I was
It's-
looking for you, but you weren't there.
It's sad because it's those people that go out and they just buy all of it because they're freaking out about it. I mean, I've got thousands of rounds of 9mm. I did it way back before any of this stuff even happened, when ammo was
Right.
cheap. I mean, if you haven't thought that far ahead, then I guess shame on you.
Well, it's
but
and it might be either people, normal everyday shooters, guys that are gun guys, or it might be the new people too.
it's not though.
It's not?
It's the guys, and you can tell because right off the bat, before we put any restrictions on it, it was one guy going in there and just buying like everything he could.
Right now, I know if you buy bulk buy right now, you're paying probably close to twice what it used to
Yeah.
be. So why wouldn't you buy a bunch, set aside $2,000, and when you get down to $2,000, go out and buy some more? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you always have ammo.
Exactly. That's kind of the way I'm doing it. I mean, I don't know if you noticed what I brought tonight was all the steel case stuff that I've had.
Right.
That's the stuff I'm shooting up. I'm keeping all the brass.
And here's one of the things too that you can look at. Why don't you so when I've had my classes, I had some guys in my class the other day, and they're like loading up full mags of ammo, and I'm like, okay, you can do that if you want. I mean, these guys they were skilled. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't worried about them bang, an extra shot going over the berm, that kind of thing. So
Did you teach them skills that would save their lives?
I did. So if they didn't want to, if they wanted to load a full mag up and shoot a full mag of ammo, I mean, I was okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, guys, we don't have to do that. Why don't we load 6 or 7 rounds? Let's not, unless you want to. We don't have to burn through ammo. Conserve ammo. You can't get it right now.
Especially right now. Yeah.
If you can't go, if you go out, just because you go out doesn't mean you have to burn up a mag of ammo. Bang, 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 bang in one drill. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Still shoot, but 5-6 rounds, right?
Well, I feel bad because there's, and you can tell on their face when they come in, they go over to the aisle and they see just an empty shelf where the
Right.
9mm once sat, and they come walking up to the counter, and I know they're going to ask, but they don't even have to ask. I can tell by the look on their face how bummed they are that they can't find ammo
Right.
to go take their kids out shooting or to go just have some fun.
Same with 22 long rifle.
22s, we're barely keeping in. I mean, we've got a few, Thunderbolts and the gold bullets and like some
The
of the
shit.
just the crap ammo.
But you got some on the
We've
shelf.
got some.
Yeah.
It's not what we
Not
used
now.
to have.
Dean will be down there buying it all.
Yeah, it's all mine.
But I mean, it's sad that we have to get to that point where we restrict people on how much they can buy because they can't control themselves,
They're spending.
So, be courteous and save for leave some for
Stupid-ass
somebody
bastard
else.
TP hoarders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly, it's no different. I mean,
So did you find anything on the PD-11?
Not on the Facebook website for Avidity Arms.
It's out there. I saw an article somewhere.
There, when you do is just a search for it, it shows up different conspiracy sites.
2 years from now, we'll hear about the PD-12.
It's gonna happen, guys.
The grandson of Sasquatch.
It's gonna happen.
Rim job.
I can't find it either. It's in here somewhere.
Maybe they took it down.
They might have. Maybe it
Got
was
lost.
a weird April
There was
Fool's
one
thing.
sighting, and then they couldn't tell because the picture was so grainy.
It
they
caught the
couldn't
COVID.
Tell what it really was. So
It caught the COVID-19 and
put it
died.
away. The next picture of it you're going to see, it's going to be in a bar with Loch Ness Monster
Or Elvis Presley.
and Elvis. Yeah.
You guys are just jealous.
Jealous of what? There's nothing there.
Jealous of nothing.
Oh, well, boys, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been good to see you guys again.
It's been good.
times.
We have to do it now that the weather's getting a little bit better and do some more shooting.
Yeah, true.
It's nice to be able to shoot before the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So,
I like testing that stuff. That was really cool.
That was a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun watching that ballistics gel. fly
Okay, next
through the air.
time we do it, we need ballistics gel. Someone else got the ballistics gel's on someone else.
Oh, boy.
I'll go buy some packs of Jello.
Make it green. Use green.
At least put some flavor in it so
Yeah.
when it gets all over us, we can just lick it
We
off.
can lick it off.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Yummy. Okay, well, if you like the podcast, go ahead and share it with your family, share it with your friends, post it on social media. That's the only way we're going to grow. You can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube when they don't decide to remove the video. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions or comments, you can call me. You can text me, area code 620-794-6223. It's area code 620-794-6223. You can find Patriot Defense on Facebook. Like the page to follow us. You can message me there. I have received a few messages, and there's a gentleman that messaged me, and I did receive your message, and I'll respond to it in a little while. It was actually more for the other podcast that we've been doing, the Conspiracy / Prepper podcast, so we will include it on there. But until then, everyone have a good weekend. Have a good
Mother's Day. Yes.
That's why we are making sure I've been kind of slacking off, and we've been doing the podcast on Sundays now. We had to do it today because tomorrow is Mother's Day. Did you forget? You forgot, didn't you? Hey, we're not live, dude. It's okay.
Oh, shit.
I got my part covered. So I'm
Well, the
good.
wife said she got a whole bunch of I just like to all day. I've just been in space, so yeah, I need to go out and cut some flowers and give her a bouquet.
There's some dandelions.
Don't come
You know,
over
I used to
my
mow.
house.
I used to help a guy in Kansas mow lawns, and he used to mow cemeteries, and I used to mow the cemeteries. And there was big old cemeteries, and I let the flowers hang out there for a few weeks. And Mother's Day was getting close, and I was working all day, and so I borrowed some.
You borrowed flowers off of graves?
I did. It was just a couple a year.
It's like walking down the hospital hall looking for the dead person.
It was
that
a
has
couple
flowers in their room.
It was a couple here, a couple there. They weren't gonna miss them.
Well, they're dead. They won't be needing those.
I was gonna mow over them the next week anyway.
Oh man. Well, they got to take them at some point, don't they? I mean,
Well, is there a protocol for removing them?
So
Like leave them for a week and then kind of.
sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. What would happen
just
is
wait till they turn
some
brown
of them
and
would
then-
get really decorated with like flowers, and then they'd kind of blow to the edge a little bit.
You take them out
And
back
so-
and feed them to the pigs.
No, I just hit them with the mower.
Just mulch them.
I blow colored flower petals all over the place.
You make Jackson Pollocks out of their
Yeah.
out of the mulch as it
Yeah.
flies over and hits their gravestones.
Yeah,
You Jackson Pollock their gravestones.
got to stay out of the aisle.
Who was the guy that threw the confetti all over the place?
Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor.
Taylor.
It looked like Rip Taylor had been through there.
So yeah, my wife has got some recycled flowers.
Does she know that?
Yeah.
Does she know they came?
Yeah.
They were like meant to memorialize someone's memory.
They
a loved
did.
one.
They didn't miss them. They didn't even know they were gone.
It served a dual purpose.
That's the biggest asshole thing I've heard of all time.
Why?
But that's hilarious because I would probably do the exact same thing.
I didn't take them all.
Did you take toys too? Like
No.
they leave stuffed bears and action
No,
figures.
I
and shit,
hated
you
it
bring
when
those home to your
I
kids.
hated it when they did that because it was just a mess to weed
Right, it gets-
around.
Yeah, and it gets caught in the blades of your mower, and you got to take it back and dig it out and then sharpen.
Quick
the blades
story.
Again.
Quick story. Okay, these are really old cemeteries. We're so off topic here. These are really, really old cemeteries over there. I mean, some of them, the people have been there. I mean, just they were super old. Okay, you know that anyone's. I don't know. Anyhow, I was mowing. I had a gray, big, long Hustler lawnmower. You know the gray, big ones. I'm cruising along. I got really good at going like around headstones and stuff. Well, I had my music in, and I really wasn't paying that much attention. And these ones are laying flat on the ground, not standing up. And I kind of caught him with a corner of the mower. And I all of a sudden noticed the mower is like going slow. I'm like, what the heck? I moved 3 of the headstones and drug them.
You drug flat headstones?
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing is they're kind of mixed up when I was
Oh no!
You didn't know where they went.
I didn't know where they went. So I just drug them back. They were all the same. They were all the same size and shape. So I just kind of.
Just threw them back wherever.
It was
Wasn't Grandma over there last week?
It was a.
My grandma's not named Bill.
It was a huge cemetery. It took me like 2 days to totally mow and weed eat the thing. So I just kind of I spun the mower around and kind of hooked one of them and like drug it back, and then drug all 3 of them back. I don't know if they're in the right spot.
Yeah, look close enough.
But those weren't the ones I took the flowers off of, so it was all good.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna laugh myself into a hernia. That's freaking hilarious.
So anyhow, there you go. If you like the program and I haven't just offended the crap out of you, keep listening. We appreciate it. We will be back. We will be back. I will be back. I don't know who the hell's going to be here with me next weekend sometime. Everyone have a good Mother's Day and a good week. See you later. Bye.
Bye.